Boise State University, homed in the heart of Idaho in downtown Boise, known for its vibrant campus life, vibrant wildlife, blue turf, star running back, and something called innovation. All amazing things found here, all except for these. These cracks, these holes, these elevation gains are all in violation of a code that is very near and dear to my heart that I found out about very recently, the ADA. The Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, is a civil rights law passed in 1990. It protects people with disabilities from discrimination and makes sure that they have equal access to everyday life. That means jobs, schools, public transportations, phone systems, even websites all must be accessible by everyone. The ADA requires ramps, elevators, curb cuts, captions, anything that helps people move, communicate, and participate fully. At its core, the ADA is about fairness, dignity, and independence. It's not just about compliance, it's about inclusion. I plan on making this problem much bigger than it needs to be. Before I do that, though, I gotta talk to this woman to find out exactly what we're dealing with here and why it is so important to follow the ADA set guidelines in the first place.
I'm Angie Zersky. I work in the Office of Institutional Compliance at Boise State University. I'm the ADA 504 coordinator for the university, and also I am the policy director. From my perspective as the ADA 504 coordinator, I need to ensure that the university has the right processes in place set up that comply with the law. Elsewhere in campus life, we also need to make sure that our buildings are accessible. When we are constructing new buildings, the law is really specific about what type of access and what type of ADA accommodations we need. There are older buildings that are exempt, and sometimes buildings, if you start to do a renovation, that can open up the process where you need to look at, do we need to make this building accessible? And oftentimes, yes, it is once you start a renovation process. There's specific guidelines around when we do open up certain buildings for renovation, then we have to bring them up to code. And of course, anytime we're building new buildings on campus, they have to be ADA compliant.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, most buildings on campus don't comply 100% with this act, and these walkways definitely don't either. If a place is found in violation of the ADA, they may be charged up to $150,000, so it's in their best interest to keep the people's best interest in mind.
I've had complaints come in like maybe there's a curb cut out, and over time, maybe the concrete is becoming rough and uneven, and that's very difficult for some people with a disability to navigate. So those complaints come in here, and then I can get with facilities and have them go out and do repair work and get some of that prioritized.
Cracks, gaps, wide joints do many things. Look bad, trap wheels, trip someone, or catch a cane, forcing people to take longer routes, change their schedules, or avoid areas entirely.
On our website, we have a form that they can fill out if they want to report a physical accessibility barrier, and then upload photos is always super helpful when they can do that.
Title II of the ADA focuses on public services. Cities are supposed to build and maintain walkways in commercial zones, near transit stops, and along major streets. These walkways must be paved with smooth, durable material and be kept free from cracks, debris, and rough surfaces. If a sidewalk has a raised edge over a quarter inch, it's officially out of compliance. Even with a bevel, anything above half an inch needs fixing. Now, because it takes those who have the money, the resources, the time, the legal power, and the orders to do these things years to fix these issues that negatively impact thousands of people, I feel that I have to at least attempt to do their job before complaining more about them, and their lack of progress. It is a good thing that half the campus is taken up by construction sites, though. It makes it extremely easy to find materials to do this. For this project, I wanted to target areas on the outskirts of campus, ones that people both attending BSU and random pedestrians would notice, or better yet, not notice. Unfortunately, I have limited equipment and knowledge, and what I mean by that is I have never dealt with laying concrete in my life. So I'll leave the bigger and more serious cracks to the professionals in hopes that they'll get off their sabbatical sometime soon. Initially, I believed I had to be sneaky about this project, mostly because I thought that a campus would have more security and at least ask questions to a guy in all black with some construction and film equipment, but no one stopped me. I didn't see a single security officer. Have they all been replaced by those help pillars? Is BSU that lazy with their security? The only person that stopped me was this one French guy that thought I was fishing, then after a bit of chat, applauded me for what I was doing. Anyways, I didn't think about this till next morning, so I wasn't able to get as many cracks as I wanted to. I thought that someone would have gotten me within an hour of me being there and thrown around some cement. I wanted to do this since the beginning of my year here, after learning about the ADA and how much more others who aren't able-bodied would be affected by these cracks and other things in the pavement. I took it as a challenge to not only raise awareness about the issue, or to find out more about how they haven't been filled yet, but instead do it myself. They've had a year. I feel like that's more than enough time. I was able to do what they couldn't in a year, in an hour.